Happy New Year, everybody. Here we are, start of 2022, and this is our first meeting of the year. Tonight, as our practice here, we nominate and select new officials for the board. So with that, I am seeking a approval of today's agenda. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. So the first item on the agenda tonight is the selection of officers. And the first officer that we will select will be the board chair. Once that position is selected, I will then turn the gavel over to the new chair, and they will run this meeting for the remainder of the evening and throughout the year. So here's our procedure for election of officers. We adopted this a number of years ago. Once the meeting has been called to order and the agenda has been approved, the acting chair asks for nominations. Any member of the board may nominate any other board member, and nominations do not require a second. If no other nominations are immediately received, the acting chair should pause and repeat the call for nominations. The acting chair should again pause and repeat the call for nominations a third time to ensure that any board member wishing to make a nomination has ample time to do so. After the third call for nominations, if no other nominations are forthcoming, the acting chair should close the nominations for the office. A motion to reopen nominations may be adopted on a majority vote. Next slide. Once nominations have been called, we will then conduct polling through paper ballot. You may vote for yourself if you desire. Ashley will tabulate the results and report them to the board. If an individual receives 4 votes, they shall be elected to the position. And if an individual does not receive 4 votes, the board may choose to reopen nominations or revote. Any questions on the procedures? Go back a slide, please. Okay, so I will ask for nominations for the board chair for the 2022 calendar year.
I'd like to nominate Dave Klett.
I nominate Neil Score.
I'd like to, thanks, Kim. I think 2 years is what I'd said last year I would do, so I would like to decline your nomination, but I'd like to nominate you for chair.
Okay, so currently we have nominations for Kim Nelson and Neil Score for chair. Do we have any other nominations?
We've got 2 nominations, right?
Neil and Kim. Do we have any other nominations? Okay, I will close the nominations, and Ashley, I will ask that you pass out the paper ballots. Board members sign who you would like to be the board chair, and then your name so we know who you voted for.
Thank you, Ashley.
I'd like to nominate Jill Marine.
I'd like to nominate Kim Nelson.
Can I ask just a quick question? Does it need to be announced publicly who we all voted for
It'll be within a minute.
within the minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, next in line is the office of clerk. Nominations are open.
I nominate Dave Klott.
I nominate Angie Hoffman.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Other nominations? Hearing none, nominations are closed. We will now vote for the office of clerk. Okay. The last office is the office of treasurer. Nominations are open for the office of treasurer.
I'd like to nominate Dennis.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Other nominations? I can assume then that Dennis is the treasurer by acclamation, or do we vote?
I think since there's no other paper ballots, you can do a roll call, or you can just do a voice vote.
Okay. Dennis Deezer has been nominated for the office of treasurer. We'll start with Bruce.
Aye.
Jill.
Aye.
Dave.
Aye.
Kim.
Aye.
Dennis.
Aye.
Angie.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Congratulations. All right. I assume that the next item would be to fill the committee assignments. And how do you want to proceed? To start with standing committees and work downward?
I would suggest that you just do as you stated there, and then just vote them with one action, once you determine who's going to be what.
Sure. Finance, I'm perfectly willing to continue on in that role.
I'd stay there too.
Angie?
I like it, you know, it's nice to have the extra one-on-one with Jennifer. So I'd like to stay, but I can certainly move if somebody would like to join.
Yeah, sure. And the same, that goes for me too. If somebody would.
I think I'll yield to Dennis, because he should be on that. Being the treasurer, I think you'd be on there. I can drop back to that.
You okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, so we have listed then Dennis, Angie, and me. Anyone else interested? Okay, policy review. Let's,
I'd like to stay on that if possible.
okay, Dennis?
I probably should switch then, if somebody else would like to be on policy. If not, I will stay on it.
Okay. Jill?
I would like to remain on policy.
Would anyone like to replace Dennis?
I would replace him.
Okay. So that means we have Jill, Angie, and Kim. All right. Agencies, committees, the,
Facility, yeah.
oh, I missed one. I'm sorry. Thank you. 20/20 vision at a distance. Currently, we have Bruce, me, and Jill. Anyone want to leave that committee? Desperately?
I want to stay.
I'm okay with staying. Jill?
And I'm willing to let somebody else have this position this year if they like.
Would anybody like to replace Jill?
I'd do facilities if she's okay. I mean, I don't want to, she's okay with that either way.
Is that all right?
It's an open place, so
Okay.
whatever.
Sure.
Okay. And Dave. All right, now we move to boards, agencies, and committees. Region 1 AA Minnesota High School League. Kim, you are currently in that role. I'm moderately interested in that because I'm already on a Minnesota State High School League Region 1 committee,
Sure, yeah.
which is meeting on the 5th of.
I'm totally fine not being on that.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah,
You
well,
wanna do that, and then I can fill in if needed, like we had last year.
okay. Anybody else interested in that? All right.
Somebody's overwhelmed on these committees. I'm on a committee that hasn't met yet.
Well, jump right in there, Bruce.
And facilities, we only meet twice a year,
Yeah.
so, I mean, if somebody's overwhelmed, I'll be willing to jump in there, but otherwise, if you like where you're at,
How many meetings does the Minnesota State High School League rep? 0? Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
pretty
tough
much.
job. You must have some communications.
MSBA, you can go to the update with
Yeah,
them.
that's good. That's where you get your.
You interested in that, Bruce?
what's that?
The Minnesota State High School League?
No, you wanna do that.
Oh, yeah,
I don't wanna do that one.
okay. Well, you can put me in that slot then with Dennis, a backup.
There might be more movement because they talked about some policy changes this year, so there might be more.
Okay.
Good.
We meet, I think, quarterly at least on the committee I'm on. All right, the curriculum committee. Currently, Angie and I are on that. I have a long history on that committee, so I'd just as soon stay.
I'd like to stay. If I get kicked off, I'm gonna come anyway, so. I like
Okay,
that one.
that's a good attitude. Anybody else want to join? That's a sort of committee, and your point is well taken, Angie. I think you'd all be welcome to attend any of those meetings. Curriculum is kind of an important aspect of what we do.
Put me on that then.
All right, very good, Bruce.
Just don't have 4 show up, then it becomes a board meeting.
Right.
Good point. So if 4 show up, somebody's going to have to leave. Freeport County Family Services. Jill, you seem to have the inside track on that one.
I've been on this one for years. I'm happy to have somebody else step in. It meets at a different time, so it meets, I believe, the first Thursday of every other month, so it's only 6 times a year, but it's at noon time, so over lunch. So past year, it's been virtual, but otherwise, if we do meet in person, they usually do provide lunch. It's been at the Vitality Center previously. Of course, it's Zoom now, but it's an interesting collaborative. They talk about different things that are going on in the community to support families and students. So anywhere from pre-K things through different family services. So it is an interesting collaborative if anybody is available and interested for that.
You have a fair amount of expertise in that area.
There are different organizational reps on the collaborative. Superintendent Funk is another one from the district that is also actually a member of the collaborative. And then there are reps from the city, from the county, from the health departments, different school boards as well. So it's a collaborative of different governmental organizations.
Thank you. Bruce, are you interested in that?
Take me off the top one, and then I would. I'd go to Freeport County Family Services, you bet.
Okay, good.
There you go.
All right. Schools for Equity in Education. Dennis is currently our rep.
Really haven't done a lot with it. We had one Zoom that I was able to get on, and there's one couple weeks coming up, it's hybrid, either of those or no. Yeah. If nobody wants it, I can stay on that.
Anybody interested?
Possibly, I'm looking for something, I'm looking at
Okay, we'll do that.
I'll send you the information. There's a list I'll email you
Okay,
when at the end of the meeting, not on the 28th,
okay, thank you.
26th at the end of the month, and you can do it by Zoom.
All right. Teacher of the Year, Bruce and Kim.
I'd like to
I'd
stay.
like to stay too, yep.
Okay. Anybody else want to join? All right. Business Ed, Dennis, Kim, and Angie. I think all three of you are pretty well grounded in that.
Okay, I'll drop that in favor of the two that I've added, so.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll keep it because I'm there anyway, so.
Yeah, that's definitely up your alley.
I'll stay on it. Okay.
Special Service Education Co-op.
Just, sorry to interrupt, for the business ed, I know this Friday I'm gone, and I believe Kim is as well. So if anybody would like to sit in on that one, just so we have some information from that. We'll get the minutes, but it's nice if somebody can be there.
Angie?
I can do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Angie.
All right, thank you. Austin Elderly Special Education Cooperative, I'm currently on that. I think actually I'm some kind of an officer,
You might have to stay then.
so I guess that, yeah, I'm stuck. That's fine. It's
I'd do it if you don't want to do it.
okay.
I used to do it, so
I know you did.
it was fun, but
You can be the co-rep. Put Dave down also then. Committee to reevaluate materials for Media Center. Bruce.
I'll stay on that, that's a tough one.
And really, it's your second, is it your second year at a
Yep.
two-year term?
Yep.
Yeah,
So you're still on it.
All right.
I'm hoping to
Hooked you for
evaluate
2 years.
Sawyer.
All right. Do we need to take action on that?
Yep, so one motion, so motion and a second, and then just voice vote's fine.
I move to approve the slate of officers and committees as listed.
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the slate as listed. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Do we need to do a roll call on this? I don't think so. No. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Who do you want to call?
yeah.
I thought I turned this thing off. The motion passes. Does that not say silent?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Are we at the consent items?
We're at 3-2 board meeting schedule.
Oh, I'm sorry, thank you. I'm gonna need a lot of help in this position. The schedule was attached, I believe, and it's not the usual, starting with January. Our year begins and ends on June 30th and begins with July 1, so that's the schedule that we are approving. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Just a couple comments on it. So typically, we meet once in July, and then the first and the third Monday of the month, with the exception being, as you can see there in September, we're meeting on that Tuesday because of Labor Day. And then also because of issues regarding the certification of the levy, sometimes the Department of Education does not have that ready for us until almost the end of the month. So we push that meeting back a week to September 26th. And then we get back onto the normal rotation there in October. November's a little bit different. We have an election for school board officials this November, so the vote will take place. And then we will canvass the election on the 15th of November at 7 a.m. So that's a third meeting that we have. And then the other thing of interest on there is the Truth in Taxation hearing is a 6 p.m. hearing. That's what time that the Truth in Taxation statements state. And so that meeting is considered a special meeting because it's not with our regular time. So those are the kind of the reasons why we're not on the 1st and the 3rd for those specific dates and times.
Okay? And we
I
need
move
to,
approve the meeting schedule.
I'll second.
it has been moved and seconded that we approve the schedule as presented. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 7-0. All right, now I believe we need to decide whether we want to consider the next item singularly or as a unit.
As a unit is fine with me.
I take that as a motion
I'll second.
and seconded by,
Can you repeat the motion?
motion is that we consider the items 3.5, 3.3 through 3.11 as a unit rather than go through them individually.
So approve them with one vote.
Oh, I agree.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. This thing only speaks when we vote on them. I think it wants. All right. Motion carries. So, do I hear a motion to approve items 3.3, which involves the name of our official bank?
We just approved it all. Just the one motion, we just got it all.
We in agreeing to consider them all, we agreed.
Yep.
We agreed to, okay. All right. Very good. We have one other item then. Well, at least one other. The MSBA Leadership Conference.
So conference will be in person next week, starting on, people will arrive Wednesday evening, conference is Thursday and Friday. Just of note, they have rapid testing set up, so anybody can get rapid tested anytime they want at the conference. So they'll have, I think, a room set up over at the convention center. We typically do dinner, kind of a lighter meal as a board on Wednesday evening, and then Thursday we go to more of a formal location. Does anybody have any preference on what they want to do for food, or no? I'll just have Ashley figure something out.
Yeah.
What time do you want to get together on Wednesday evening? 6:30? What typically?
Give us time to get there.
How about, we'll say 6:30, okay? And then at the conference, we typically sit together for the keynotes on Thursday morning and Friday morning. And I would just encourage you to take a look at the program and look at things of interest. And then when we meet again here, regular meeting in January, as part of your board reports, I think you can provide feedback as far as what looked promising or interesting or things you've learned at the conference. So be the first time in 2 years that we've been together. So should be it'll be good to see a lot of people. And I think masks are going to be required in Minneapolis at the convention center. I think that's just important to remind people.
Who's driving? I want to ride.
I need to drive because I'm, believe it or not, scheduled to officiate during one of the evenings, so I'll be leaving early on Thursday, I believe. No, I'm sorry, I think that's Friday, I'm leaving,
Yeah.
one of the, I don't remember which. But I'm driving in any event, so I'll be very happy to have you as a passenger. But I'll be leaving at the same time that we all need to leave, and I'll be coming back at the same time we all come back, so you'll be fine. And anybody else that wants to ride with me.
I'm good at going down one-way streets our own way, so, 'cause I have to leave.
Ah. Dennis?
I'm not sure if I can get up there. I have another commitment out of town going the other way,
Okay.
so, I'll just keep Ashley posted.
Yep, sounds good.
I'll ride with whoever truck at all the rest stops.
Used to it.
Well,
Okay.
we can work that out later. Anything else? All right, I declare the meeting officially adjourned.
Yep.